Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this webinar. I'm calling this webinar Rising Strong, Your Ability to Reset and Build Your Resilience. I'm Andrea Smith, and welcome to all these participants. And I'm a stress resilience coach, cognitive behavior therapist, and author of my first book, Fear Less, Live More. So today, I would like to talk a little bit about, have you ever thought about your thoughts? Do you have a bias towards the negative? So I think that understanding how negative feelings and emotions work is the first step. Step 2 will be learning how to reprogram your emotions and turn them around. So I have an amazing quote here called, "You must be whole to be wholehearted. To embrace and love who you are, you must reclaim and reconnect with parts of you that you have orphaned for years and years." Now, I'd like you to ask yourself, can I make dramatic changes in the way I live? Is it possible to change those self-defeating thoughts and behaviors that have been my constant companions for as long as I can remember? Can I feel strong and have the ability to reset? Can I really do a U-turn and deprogramming myself when I've never known any other way to think and act? So lots of people say, I've been depressed, I am so stubborn, I am overweight, or I am scared, I feel clumsy, I feel unlucky my entire life. Is it even feasible or practical for me to contemplate to remove these old and familiar ways of being and open myself to the brand new? Now, do you guys know that your beliefs keep you stuck? Your beliefs are deeply ingrained in those negative actions, like chains that restrict you from experiencing your unique self. You can loosen the chains, make them work for you rather than against you, to a point where you can alter the way your thinking has made you feel helpless about overcoming the proven facts that determine virtually everything about you. Now, some people do say, I can't help how I think, it's always been this way. So I have a story for you. I went for a chat to a girlfriend's house. I'm originally from India, and so I went to a house and she had a yogi sitting there. He asked whether I wanted a cup of tea. So he went to the stove and, then went to the sink and poured it. And when he kept pouring the tea, he made it in a teapot. He kept pouring and pouring, and the cup was overflowing. And I looked at her and asked her, what is he doing? And he turned to me and said, your cup is overflowing, Andrea, with all the things that you must do, that you need to, you should, you're so full. How about trying to loosen that load? How about trying to just let go a little bit? Let things happen. Let them just be. Stop letting those thoughts overtake you, overthinking. So your self-limiting thoughts, you imply every self-limiting thought that explains why you're not living the life that you are. So you can feel purposeful, content, fully alive. Is this negative something you can challenge or reverse? Regardless of how long you've held that belief, how long it's rooted in tradition, how long your life experience may be. Even though you feel like it's a massive obstacle, you can overcome your thoughts. You can begin to notice what has not been working, what's holding you back. You can embark. Recently, I was leaving the house and I lost my keys in the house. It was dark outside. It's been getting dark in the UK at 4:30 in the evening. So I was hunting there in the dark, and this strange thought entered my mind. I know it's funny, but I decided to go outside under the street lamp and look. So the neighbor walked by and he said, what are you looking for? I said, I lost my keys. And then after 5 minutes of us both hunting around, he said, where did you exactly lose your keys? I said, I lost it inside the house. My metaphor here and my model of the story here is, when you have a problem, you always look for a solution outside yourself. How about looking inside? The problem always begins inside of how our thoughts, our feelings become negative and our actions that we look outside ourselves. So remember how often you say nothing can be done about it. I can't change my biology. You are what you believe, not you were handed in genetically. You can impact and alter your genetic structure by modifying how you see yourself, where you place this glorious mystery that you call life. Your perceptions have the power to change your genetic makeup, your beliefs, be in control of your thinking patterns, support your behaviors, your thoughts truly can make or break your life. An amazing quote is, all that we are is a result of what we thought. It's founded in our thoughts. It's made up of our thoughts. If one speaks and acts with pure thought, happiness follows. It's like a shadow that never leaves. I often hear people say, I can't really help the way I am. After all, people can't change their DNA. Your mind is largely responsible for what you have become. That's where the beingness has been within you, within the place where your thoughts originate. So what I'd like to do is think about where your thoughts originate into two of your minds. Your conscious mind, it's your creative conscious mind, can do almost anything that you're instructed to do. It can change your thoughts to your breathing, practice mindfulness, practice a blissful meditation, learn a new skill. But close to the surface, this is your non-habitual mind that makes endless decisions of what to wear, what to eat, where to go, what appointments to keep. But that second part of your mind is your habitual subconscious mind. It's the way you are because of something in your subconscious that below your waking surface. But is it something that you can do something about? The most regretful thing about your subconscious mind or that model is believing you don't have a choice. But as I see it, it is the truth that everything you think and say and do, you make that choice. You can control. You don't need to think and speak to act as if you've done your entire life. You can instantly decide here that you can reprogram towards happiness, success, and health you prefer. Identify those programs that your habitual mind thinks are so outdated that are hampering your system. How do you change those unwanted ways of thinking, believing, behaving? My objective is to coax you out of the way of those thinking down those stairs, to keep you from living your optimal life the best way you can and desire. Now imagine your subconscious mind is non-existent and there's no storage receptacle there of excuses in your life. You can just open up and invite that space inside you. A blank slate, a magical service where you can reprogram, you can create the things you want to. At Christmas, my daughter and I went to this spa day as a treat for us. It was an unusual spa experience because it had different hot tubs. Now, some of those hot tubs are very hot and some really mild, and I wasn't comfortable in experiencing. How often have you not been comfortable experiencing something new? You don't explore your life. So my daughter and I decided to try for a couple of minutes each of those hot tubs. It was a new range of experience for us. It was easy to adjust to something new, to get out of what we were accustomed to. What restricts us? New things. Like some people say they don't like Mexican food or Chinese food, but it's an exciting adventure. Your belief that you experience in your mind can stop you. Your belief that you don't like to try something new. So what can you do? Can you challenge that old patterns? Feel inspired with this newfound awareness that's safely hidden behind those excuses. Can you eliminate those excuses? Get up when they're revealed as false beliefs. Can you eliminate your life by taking responsibility for who you are and what you choose to become? Can you bring those desires to the surface? Consciousness, by disconnecting that part of your subconscious that you can't continue with your life. Now, excuses are mental barriers to your awareness They're self-blocks or limitations, perceptions. So you can rewire your internal circuitry by 5 different ways that you can live by changing the way you look at things, and then the way you look at change. Now, common excuses you have is, I have a difficulty in doing things differently. Do you know that's what a smoker will say? You know, I've always smoked. But do you know, these days it's difficult for a smoker to smoke, really, because they have to find an ashtray, they have to find a place to smoke, they have to find a way to dispose their, you know, so many things. It's easier not to smoke. It's never happened to me before. But I believe that, do you know, it is that trail that you left behind. You can start afresh, you can try new. It's just an excuse. I'm not strong enough. This excuse keeps you locked into that habitual belief that you are not strong enough. You spend years believing that you can't change the way you eat, or you can't change your job that's making you unhappy. You know, but you can try new things. You say, I'm not smart enough. Who says? You have a vast intelligence. Your intelligence, or your IQ is not guided by what your school reports say years ago. You can try new things. You can combine your passion by manifesting your idea into reality. Or I'm too old, or I'm not old enough. The age of your body is an obstacle that you've created in your mind. So why don't you try something new? You don't want your mind full of anxiety or worry. You need to focus. You want to be the real deal. You need to feel, really understand what you're feeling and why you're feeling it. Validate, not suppress it. Our emotions are given to us. It tells us how we think, not where we're going. Try to ignore them and try to embrace this. Remember, life happens to you and not for you. So rising strong, your ability to reset. Every day, I'm sure you read about people that have decided to change the way they feel by either choosing to recover a poor relationship, leaving their job, walking away from a bad boss, leaving an organization with no human practices or systems. Sometimes you suppress those emotions and feelings that you are given that help you navigate this world. So don't ignore where your sat nav is. Tells you where to turn to. It's like, for example, a child's unhappy with that sat nav and being forced to a process to create some form of resilience. Try not to continue suppressing these emotions. It's dangerous. It's not suitable for your health and well-being. So it's okay because you're okay and you're in control and you can do something than spend your lifelong suppressing those negative emotions. You can take back what's yours and express your emotions. So thank you guys for watching me. And if you want to jump on a call with me, please do so. And I look forward to